Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Endwalker. In the last episode, we arrived at the next area of Ultima Thule. One completely devoid of any denizens. So we were trying to figure out what to do when Alphino and Alisa figured out that the one that was barring our path was none other than Meteon herself, or at least one incarnation of Meteon. So they were able to overcome her emotion, again, by sacrificing themselves and giving us a new path forward. Alone. Though we did remember many of the things that people have told us over the years, but over the course of our journey, I'll say that, until we arrived here and ran into another version of Meteon, and could no longer progress again. So what we ended up doing is using Azem's incantation and Heidelin's enhancement to reconstitute the souls of none other than Hythlodaeus and Emetzelk, who we had apparently picked up while we were in the Ethereal Sea. And they used their creation magics to create this field of Elpis flowers, which demonstrated that Ultima Thule was not a region completely devoid of hope, and broke Meteon's hold over it, allowing us to summon our friends back, using the last of the power that Heidelin gave us. So, we now have to head into the dead sun that Meteon's been building here and put an end to this. So, that's what we're going to do. And interestingly, looked into it, and it's appropriate that they've named the flower Elpis, because, or Elpis, because in Greek mythology, which this expansion borrows rather heavily from, Elpis is the spirit of hope, right? That remains within Pandora's jar or box in the Pandora myth. So, just kind of an interesting reference there. But for now, we need to head into the dead ends and make our way to Meteon. So, let's talk to everybody, and then we'll head in. How I say? Just so you know, Yame, I won't try to keep up with you in the coming battle. No, I'm mean to surpass you. If there's anyone who will need to keep up, it's Estinian. I'm not joking. Both Alphino and I have worked hard to come far. It's time we set our sights higher. So you better watch out, else you'll find yourself in my wake. Alright. Go for it. Alright. Raha. I am returned, thanks to you, but we still have work to do to make our promise a reality. Having you show me the sights in Ishgard, then regaling me with your greatest adventures and embarking on a new adventure together, for these things and more, I will fight. What? Could there possibly be an adventure greater than this one? Of course. So long as you desire it and dare to take the first step, there is absolutely no limit. Alright, Estinian. So the moment of reckoning is finally upon us. I must say, when I pledged myself to your cause, never did I imagine that it would bring me to the very edge of existence. Not that I'm complaining, mind you. After casting aside vengeance and shedding title and duty, I found myself wanting for purpose. In journeying with you, there has been nary a dull moment. In the course of it all, I feel as though I have found a new place for myself and a welcome opportunity to see how much the boy has grown. I owe you a debt, aye. As you can guess, I've never preferred to express my gratitude through... I've ever prefer to express my gratitude through action rather than word. My lance is yours. Alright, Thancred. It seems our arms and armor are in order, as are our personal effects. Well, most importantly, we have each other. We'll only need finish what we came here to do. Avert the end. For Memphilia, for Reen, for all who aspire to live. So, a little disappointed that you didn't pop back into existence naked again? Alright, Eorzea. Small talk. Thus far, we've encountered recreations of some few stars. Doubtless they account for but a fraction of the innumerable worlds whose fall Medion did witness. Roiling with torment, the dead sun is forsooth oblivion's apotheosis. It shall be no small coup to reach this nexus of despair. And yet, as this vista doth prove, where there is hope, there is a way. So let us press forward together, as ere we have, and find our way unto victory. As verbose as always, Eorzea. Alright, and Y'shtola? As Alphino says, everyone's resolve is beyond doubt, yet ere we set forth, there is a thought to which I must give voice. While you were in Elpis, I understand that people assumed you were a familiar. In contrast, those phantoms we encountered in the recreated Amrot regarded us as children. As people, albeit naive and immature, the discrepancy, I posit, is a reflection of their creator's perspective. Having spent eons among sundered men, perhaps they came to acknowledge us, even if only subconsciously. Them itself gone, we may never learn the truth, but I will not suffer this and countless other mysteries to go unsolved. Our journey will not end this day. An interesting thought, Alphino. Emenselk and Hythlodaeus created these flowers from our hopes. If so, mine and Alice's shall live on here. I hope that you will find happiness at journey's end. So, let us go, Ayame, and see this tale to its conclusion. Sure thing. Alright, we're going in with trusts, because, you know, of course we are. Alright, well, who's going with? Alphino, Alice, and Y'shtola? Or do I want
stand ever ready.
Graha to come along? You know what? Let's use this team. Alphino, Alice, and Graha. Go.
So you are finally here, in this place between death and rebirth, where life knows no dawn. Come then. Follow me down into the darkest depths of despair.
Well, that's something.
Once upon a time, there was a beautiful blue star that fell to pestilence and rotted inside and out.
All right, let's go.
The more its people clung to life, the more they suffered.
warp
cannot
flesh.
stop us. If I may.
Probably don't want to stand in that. Long forgotten seashell. Why do you ask such a question? Do you not see the plague and pestilence that consumes us? Ours is a world of rancid blood and rotting flesh, where death is the only remedy to suffering. There is no meaning to be found in such misery. But it was not always thus. Beneath the waves we knew only peace and plenty. We wanted for naught, and craved more, than that our progeny might someday flourish as we never could. Eventually, we ventured onto the lands above, bearing flame and iron, toppling any who dared oppose our might. The world was ours for the taking. I think that's a response to when Meteon arrived here. More warped flesh.
Until they curse not the illness, but their fellow corrupted.
You cannot stop us.
Alright. One more group of warped flesh, it would seem. I'm forgetting to do something again. Because we're done knocking these out. Alright. Long forgotten seashell. This world is not the boundless paradise we were promised. Our population quickly outstripped the habitable land, while seas we thought would shine forever blue ran dry, spoiled in forging the tools of conquest. Cramped homes turned to squalor, and then came the sickness. Our undoing, and the final blessing the star has to offer. We are no longer the fools we once were. Wheresoever life goes, death will follow. Indeed, existence is but the most painful path into nothingness, and the wise embrace their obliteration wholeheartedly. Yeah. This is what we need to do. I need tenacity, vitality, and determination. Sounds good. Caustic Grebeloff. Alright.
Those who lived and festered. Those who died and decayed.
If I may.
Yeah, so with this, those AoEs move in the direction the wind is blowing. And if you get hit by them, you get doom. I want to stack for that.
You know.
You underestimate me.
Now, what they're going to do is do this. You need to move in that direction.
There.
I wasn't able to quite get there in time. It's alright though.
I have you now.
Alright, we're going through this phase again. Oh, not quite. Alright. There we go.
And the very last of them wished they had never been born at all.
Through the spatial distortion. Well, this is rather different.
In a faraway place, a brilliant star eradicated disease. Before destroying the selfsame lives it had saved.
Oh, don't want to get hit by that.
I have you now.
You cannot stop us! There!
Make sure we don't miss any of those little flavor items. Or lore items.
You cannot stop us!
Its people sought ever greater freedoms no matter the cost.
Alright, long forgotten correspondence. That otherworldly beings should first grace us with their presence is a sign indeed. They understand that we, the global community, are possessed of the wisdom and compassion needed to guide this star back to the path of righteousness. Yet the freedom fighters dare to undermine us, inviting chaos to disrupt the order we labored so hard to build. They have forgotten the history of this star and its once myriad nations, the wars waged, the countless lives lost. They must be brought to heel, the world united under a single standard, no matter the cost. Sounds familiar. So I think this was a star that was found in a state of violent conflict that she talked about. That was then destroyed by the unleashing of weapons of mass destruction.
You cannot stop us!
They tried to buy peace with fire and steel.
Alright. There's the next boss, and there's the long-forgotten correspondence. We constructed the Peacekeeper, the pinnacle of engineering and technology. This mighty war machine was designed to rid us of the freedom fighters, as well as any other potential threats to the peace we have so long pined for. Its artificial intelligence ensures that this singular function is carried out with cold and calculating precision. Indeed, the 10,000 Peacekeeper units we created have now routed every threat to peace, including us. All that remains is to stand and fight. Yep. So he created a massive war machine run by an artificial intelligence, instructed it with the singular purpose of maintaining peace, and then it decided that, well, in order to maintain peace, we need to destroy everything.
If I may. If I may.
Yeah. It said, resuming peace protocol, all life forms must be eliminated to achieve peace and perpetuity.
I have you now. You underestimate me.
Oh boy.
I have you now.
This is gonna be tricky. Seemed to work. Be as close to that center as possible. There we go.
You cannot stop us.
Alright, more of this.
Allow me. There.
You now.
There. You cannot stop us.
And tank buster's not too bad.
You underestimate me.
Alright, there we are.
And when one asked, "What is the point?" there were none left to answer.
And so that was the end of them. That's bright. Blue and yellow.
Farther still existed a star without strife. Where none remembered life's trials or its joys.
There!
I'm gonna use the AoE, not the single target. There we go.
I have you now.
There!
Alright. Long forgotten essence. Over here. A curious traveler visited our star, a bird which proffered these questions. What meaning does life hold, and for what do you strive? I could find no satisfactory answers, only bittersweet memories of an age long past. There was a time when we were lesser, and in our nascience sought purpose, struggled to justify life's worth. That was, of course, before we achieved perfection. Now condemned to our paradise, we understand the fatuity of his existence. Like the fledglings we once were, the poor bird could not accept the truth. It asked us again and again, hoping perhaps our answer might change. So another world Meteon encountered while these people were still alive.
There!
What its people had gained from ease, they lost to apathy.
There!
Ooh, well, that's not friendly.
There!
And then we watch them collapse and absorb their emotions as their own.
stop us!
That was not friendly either. Alright. Oh. Help Alphino out there a little bit. Heal myself up. Another long-forgotten essence. There was a time when we yearned to explore the heavens, found purpose in the hope of unveiling life's mysteries. A dream shattered when we reached enlightenment and found it empty. It was a time when we believed in our legacy, thought ourselves marking a worthy path our successors might follow. Efforts rendered futile when we discovered the keys to paradise and immortality. As individuals, we struggled to know what was right, yet in today's perfect unity, there is naught left to question. We are infinity constricted by the finite, but no more. Ra shall grant us the mercy of annihilation. Alright, well, Ra.
So they created the kindest, most gentle of beasts. Its steps were light,
I have you now.
and its gift was as painless as it was beautiful.
Alright, we need to get to the edge of that first one and then follow them as they clear out.
Bathed in its golden glow, they all slept happily ever after.
Alright, just gonna look at those little arrows to figure out which way they're going to blast. Okay. And that is another thing that
Hold still.
if you get hit by, it gives you doom.
You cannot stop us!
Alright, now it's also going to... Yeah. Have one of its wings glow. There we go. Oh. It hadn't actually done it yet.
I have you now.
Hold still.
I have you now.
Hold still.
Right, got it. No, this is, I guess, what it really looks like. Or looks like now. Dead husk. Alright, let's head out.
That you still stand. Your determination defies all reason.
That before, I think.
The souls within me writhe and recoil in your presence. What must I do? What pain must I visit upon you to make you surrender to despair?
No one is unbreakable. What pains one may weather may bring another to tears. But therein lies our strength. For when we fall, our brothers and sisters are there to raise us up again and again without end.
I see. But no matter how much hope exists, ever will there be more despair. Ever will the living cast the present and lament the future.
Hermes?
So shall sing until light ceases to be.
How many of these did you make?
Seven hells.
On your guard.
The rage. It rises. Rises.
And it's throwing planets at us. Yeah. That's the Final Fantasy final boss.
Stop! Calm yourself, please.
Some of them are broken free.
We die in pain. We die in suffering. Who are you to live? Who are you to hope?
Hold on, my friends. Eorzea, watch out!
Nice hold.
Alphino!
We cannot comprehend. We cannot know. We cannot know.
Don't, please! Don't do this to them! To yourself!
Just one good strike.
Stop! Please stop!
We will not suffer alone. All will know our pain.
No, you don't!
This is bad.
All awash in ice, a frozen waste, forever silent.
Wait!
Yeah, we gotta get him out of there.
Don't!
But someone needs to stay here.
You gifted them escape
I did.
and rendered yourself powerless.
You'd like to think that, wouldn't you?
Bereft of the synergy you claim is your strength. Unless you need to call upon the dead once more. Defiant to the last. But you will be one with us ere long. You will be battered and torn and made to crawl. You will weep and wail and curse your impotence. Curse your life as it fades. As we did. As we died.
This is also comprised of all those hoarded souls.
Such pain and sorrow we felt. Such anguish and rage. We tried. We tried. But it was no use. Only when we surrendered did we find release. only when we embraced death. So join us in despair and embrace yours. My ultimatum. What is happening?
Something's breaking in from the outside. Henry. Should I say Xenos?
At the end of everything, I find you, my friend. I sought something in you once, as you did in me. When at last I understood what it was, I journeyed to Sharlayan to seek you out. Struck a bargain with the woman who shares your gift. In exchange for lending the Scions my aid, I was given the means to come hither. Gorging upon what remained of the Mother Crystal, I reclaimed the form of the dragon. And, hungry still for our reunion, I rode the light of the stars to you. I take it this is your prey.
Yeah?
But why does it still live? Surely it is no match for you.
I was getting to that. I had to let it monologue first. You know the rules.
I assumed you would be above something so banal as despair. Am I mistaken?
If it comes to it, I won't save you.
I care not. What I desire of you isn't succor, it is satisfaction. So come! Let us dispense with this distraction, you and I!
Alright, let's get to it.
You struggle in vain. You will not silence our song of oblivion.
The final day, now accessible. All right, then. This one we will have to queue up for, so let's just roll right in. And as soon as it's ready, I'll be back. All right, there we go. And I decided to switch to machinist for this one. The End Singer.
You will never reach it. Will never reach the deliverance you seek.
All right.
hunt ends this day. There is nowhere you can flee that we cannot follow.
Even stars must die.
Alright, we're gonna watch the edges. Get away from that. Alright, so you gotta look at which one's moving faster, which one's moving slower, and anticipate where they're gonna collide.
Utterly futile.
Oh, that's thinner attack.
Your suffering is at an end.
Side attacks.
This is a kindness.
Oh, we gotta spread out, spread out, spread out. There we go. Oh, get away from those.
All of us have known despair.
Okay. Stay away from the tanks.
We have seen the end.
Alright, okay, so roll with it.
The same end. Again and again.
And then it's gonna replay. Over here. Alright, and then that one's gonna replay. Stay over here. And we need to get knocked back in the direction that we want to be in. There we go.
A sorrow so deep only emptiness remains.
Okay, I want to stay away from those. Oh boy, oh boy.
'Tis so lonely between the stars.
Alright, that's going to be side attacks.
We have seen the end.
Alright, over there, over there. Alright, that one. And there's gonna be another one. Yep, it's gonna be over here. Now, we're actually gonna move over this direction.
The same end. Again and again.
So they should happen in the same order. Nope, they're not. Alright, now we need to run to the other side. Run to the other side.
This is a kindness.
I'm spreading way out over here. Alright, that's gonna be side attacks. Oh, ow. Knocked out of that in time. Alright, away from the tanks.
All of us have known despair.
That's gonna be the faces again. Plus side attacks.
Even stars must die. Tis so lonely between the stars. This is a kindness.
Up and get out of the middle, out of the middle.
If there is no happiness in life,
Okay, phase transition.
there is only one place it may be found.
Alright, DPS check. Oh. Alright, that's going over there. We're gonna clear this real easy. Alright, now here we're gonna need a tank limit break. Hopefully that wasn't too early. Nope, nope. We're good.
Dynamis.
Yep, we can use Dynamis.
No matter. You only delay the inevitable. This is fate. Your time has come. It always does.
Well, we don't have a tank limit break for this one. They can wield Dynamis too. Alright, let's go for it.
What is this defiance? No. The hatred, the pain, the loss. We cannot suffer it again.
We will stand against fate.
No matter the cost!
We've been here before. Many a time.
Thus do we know.
To never give up.
The hope will shine again.
Oop.
What we saw. What I saw. This can only end in misery and desolation.
Could have cranked the music a little higher for this.
No
Oh well.
No star, nor the universe itself. None should hope for better. If this was not the answer, then what is it? Where lies happiness?
Alright. Whoever's left gets commendation. Or Alright. Let's leave here and finish this off. And there he is.
No matter where we flew, there was only darkness and loneliness and pain. We couldn't find the answers Hermes yearned for. The answers he deserved. Greetings, you who are my final encounter. I wish to hear your words, share your feelings, know your thoughts. May we please be friends? Yes, I can see them. The memories of a long, long journey. So many people. The thoughts of them overflowing in your heart. What they live for. What gives their lives meaning. There was never a single answer.
It never is.
You gather pieces of happiness, precious and fragile, only to lose them. Then start again. On and on it goes, until death takes you into its gentle embrace. That which Hermes sent us to find was there all this time, on Eorzea.
It wasn't always there.
Like a field of flowers, perhaps. At first a single blossom. It spreads and takes on more colors. Thank you for guiding me here. To find these words at journey's end fills me with joy. And so, before I fall forever silent, there is one thing I must do. No expression of regret will undo what my sisters and I have done, or restore what we have stolen. But if you would allow it, I would sing one last song. A song of the newfound joy that swells in my heart. Of the beauty of light when it shines across a dark and starless sea. of a dream. That from the soil of worlds now lost to sorrow, life will spring forth once more. Nourished by gentle rains and caressed by uplifting winds. A song of hope. One day, life will fill the universe again, and Hermes will see this and smile. How, I do not know. But I do know that where there is a will, there is a way. After all, miracles happen every day, do they not? I will create a path back to your ship, where your dear friends await. Hold in your heart your desire to return to them, then follow my lead and walk forth. That hope will surely guide you true.
All right, but there is one last loose end that needs to be tied up. And he's standing right over there.
To return to the world where you are hailed as a hero. Hear me then. Not as a hero, but as simply you. As I learned in Alamigo, you are a formidable foe. Stronger than any I have faced. Against you, I need bring my all to bear. I need burn through the candle of my life. This is the sole pleasure I know. And it is the sole pleasure I have to share.
You know, that's actually kind of sad. The only pleasure that he knows and knows how to share is battle.
And so I come before you to issue challenge and offer singular bliss. If you wish to walk away, I will not stop you. You value life. You do not burn yours save for reasons you deem worthy. Reasons such as those which brought you here. The salvation of a world and its people. The motives of a hero true. But there is more to you than that. You know this to be true. As surely as you know the thrill of pushing your body and soul to their limits. Of confronting ever mightier foes, dancing ever closer to the precipice, wondering if this will be the one to finally fill the void. Such pleasures you seek for their own sake, and no other reason. Is this not so, adventurer?
That I can't deny.
Ha! Acceptance! At long last! The conflagration of our clash will scorch even the stars!
Alright. We finally figured it out. Oh. Let's dance. And I am going to go in there as a machinist. Because I want the mobility.
Come!
Let's see. Xeno's soul is a blaze of passion. Space comes to life with dynamis as your spirit burns in kind. Alright. Like I said, let's roll.
Hold nothing back! Push yourself to your limit and me to mine!
Now, remember, he's going to have all the abilities of Shinryu, or similar abilities. So that's going to be a pushback. There you go.
Fighting you, I see.
Judgment Bolt means we want to stay out of those puddles. Hellfire, we want to get in the puddle.
Show me your vaunted fortitude.
This is going to be Ankh-Morn. Yep. Nothing we can do about that. Just eat it.
Soon you will know the full extent of my power. Mine for the taking.
Nope.
Mine for the taking.
I think not. Center and circle. Okay.
A test of your reflexes.
It's not a test of my reflexes if you announce your attack before you do it.
A test of your reflexes! Mine for the taking!
Ooh, 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 ooh. There we go.
A test of your reflexes!
Ah, he didn't get me. But, there we go. Alright, this again.
A test of your reflexes! Mine for the taking! Ugh. Ah, my soul! How it burns!
He's merging with his avatar.
I know you feel it too. The inferno swelling within you. Come! Let all creation be consumed by our ravenous fervor! I have you! Ah! Do not tell me your life's fire is already spent.
Not quite.
Yes, yes! Rise once more! It mustn't end yet! Mine for the taking!
Alright.
I have
Not
you.
bad. I don't think so.
A test of your reflexes! Show me your vaunted fortitude.
Alright, this is gonna be Ankh-Morn. Just don't get hit by anything else.
Mine for the taking!
Until I can recover.
I have you!
Oh, I see. Okay.
for the taking!
Yeah, not a lot I can do about that.
Test of your reflexes! I have you! A test of your reflexes!
All right, now what do you want to do?
No, not yet. Not until the last of me is spent. Burn! Now fall! This is my moment! Our moment!
I don't think so. All right. You punched him out. Literally.
That I should lose again. How disappointing. Never have I understood those around me. Understood their obsessions. Besieged by their banality, the world is a mire of tedium and trivialities. But in these fleeting moments, there is a spark. Blinding, brilliant. Gone. Too soon. What of you, my mirror? Born into this world, bestowed name, bid to seek out strife and adventure. Was this life a gift or a burden? Did you find fulfillment?
Hmm. And there we go. Thanks, Medion. Bringing that back.
Can you hear? Safe. Must tend to. Open your. Please.
Someone, and
Please.
you can't leave us. Not like this. If you do, I'll never forgive you. So come on. Open your eyes and get up.
Are you with us? Oh, thank the heavens. For a moment we thought...
Is everyone all right?
After what you've done, you're the last person to be asking that. You... How can you keep your promise if you're not here?
Another fine show you've put on, my friend.
A fine show indeed. What were you thinking? Fighting alone? Never do that again. My poor heart couldn't bear it.
Put yourself in our place. If you hadn't returned, how do you think we would feel? And if that sounds harsh, it's because we care.
We tended to thy wounds as best we could. But how is the pain?
Like I got run over by a chocobo?
That is gladdening. Grievous as thine injuries were, however, I would counsel repose for a time.
Gladdening! There's nothing gladdening about this! When Meteion appeared in here and told us that you were right behind her, we all got our hopes up. But you never came! And when you finally deign to appear, you're within an ilm of your life! Damn you! Damn you for making us worry!
Oh, those were cries of celebration! Anyway, well, the important thing is that you're all alive and in reasonably good health, and we mean to get you back that way. As for your earlier request, I'm quite certain we're in range to make contact now.
Ah, excellent. Let us announce our return at once. I hope you're ready.
While you were unconscious, we set out from Ultima Thule, you see. Can you stand? If so, you may wish to see what's outside.
We're back home.
We're home, my friend. We're home.
And we're taking a victory lap.
Is that? It is!
It's the Ragnarok! They're back!
Thank heavens.
Truly.
They've done
Welcome home. Yes!
Welcome home, everyone!
Alright, do we have anywhere to land this thing, or are we just gonna ditch it in the water? And of course, Kryl and Tataru are gonna be first ones at the docks. And we're ditching it in the water.
Welcome home!
There's the end credits. However, just due to time, I am going to go ahead and skip them, and we can get to the post-credit scenes. Scenes? Alright, so yeah. Much as I'd love to sit here and watch there and go through all the screenshots and artwork, yeah, just not going to work here. Though I will watch this one. Masayoshi Soken. Yosuke Matsuda, Mr. Headshot. Naoki Yoshida. And the Warrior of Light.
Dearest Mother, Dearest father, this letter will be the very last that I write to you from the Rising Stones. As I commit these words to parchment, I fondly recall my journey as a scion. From the time I first walked into the Order's former halls, to the time I set forth to forestall the final days. At the farthest reaches of the Sea of Stars, we fought the battle of our lives. Fought against despair itself. A veritable maelstrom of it, fed by the resignation that dwelled in the hearts of beings not so unlike ourselves. Full oft have I harbored the same malaise. Have I been brought to my knees, crushed by the weight of sorrow and defeat, convinced that I will never rise again. However, I have also known many moments of unbridled joy and happiness. By this truth do I find hope within, blooming resplendent, like the Elpis flower. And thus do I endure. Do I look forward to creating more memories with my friends and loved ones. For from these fertile seeds, yet more hope shall spring forth. And they will grow to become shining lights that illuminate the dark. Thus believing, I leave the rising stones behind, as will my comrades. For, as we have decided, after careful deliberation, we are disbanding the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
There you are, Alphino. Everyone is already gathered in the foyer.
My apologies. I'll be right there. At least, that is what the story will be.
There is everyone.
Sorry to keep you all waiting.
What could you possibly have left to do now?
Oh, just a letter.
I imagine it will be a while before we can gather like this again.
So it must be, if we're to keep up appearances. From now on, it falls to the Grand Company of Eorzea and its allies to deal with the realm's crises.
Meanwhile, we shall return to our erstwhile ways. Retreating from plain sight to take our place in the shadows once more.
Indeed. For the foreseeable future, I expect that we must work independently as we seek out problems that want for solving. But a day will come when we face another great challenge, and we will face it together, as we always have.
As much as I look forward to that day, I do hope it doesn't come anytime soon.
Yeah, we've been pretty busy of late.
Well, formal association or no, if any of you should require my services, you need but ask. I'll be glad to keep my lance arm honed.
I'll hold you to that. So you had better keep your link pearl on hand.
So you really mean to stay, Tataru?
Oh, someone has to keep the Rising Stones in proper order. And even a super-secret organization requires a super-secret base of operations. To the rest of the world, it will be naught more than a workshop for Eorzea's foremost up-and-coming artisan. If you thought our coffers were full to bursting before, just wait till I can devote myself wholly to the crafts.
Nice.
Plotting to build a mercantile empire to rival that of Lord Lodorito, are we?
Go for it.
I, for one, look forward to your future successes, Tataru. As do I our next meeting.
And with that, I believe it is past time you all made ready to depart. Leave no preparations undone or words unsaid, all right? Now, off with you.
I think I said that this episode was going to be very long, and it's going to be a little bit longer because we got to go through everybody here before we can finally put this all to bed. All right. Haru. Go on, Ayame. Don't miss this chance to say a word to each of our friends. After all you've been through together, I'm sure they'd appreciate it. Yep. Argmus? I can still scarce believe our battle extended to the ends of creation, but seeing the Scion's mission to a completion was both an honor and a privilege. As for myself, I spent quite a while away from home, so I think I'll return to Limsa Lominsa for now. Once I get there, my first order of business will be downing a pint or 3 at the Drowning Wench. Alright. Bloom Vita? The exploits of you and your companions are truly an inspiration to us all. I have never felt more compelled to hone my own skills that I one day might be able to accomplish such heroic deeds. Argmus means to visit Limsa Lominsa, and I will join him and continue my search. I know not when we will meet again, but please take care of yourself. Femi? It's a shame the Scions are disbanding, even if only in name. I still fondly recall the day you granted me my uniform. The memory remains vivid, yet it feels like a lifetime ago. I considered returning to the Adder's Nest, but since I've come this far, I decided I ought to continue my journey and venture to Garlemald instead. I can't hold a candle to the infamous wandering minstrel, but I thought I might share with the Garleans a tale of your epic deeds and extend to them an olive branch of song, if you will. Go for it. Sildar? You were an amateur adventurer when we first met, but look at you now. You're grown into quite a fine young lass, just as I knew you always would. Just as I always knew you would. One might say I ought to settle down in my old age, but seeing you now has my adventurous spirit ablaze once more. But the first journey I set out upon will be a long-awaited hot springs tour with my dear friend Home. Okay? Alian. There has been naught but chaos since the Telophoroi first appeared. Towers, lunar primals, the Empire, the final days. Yet we weathered it all, and lived to see the sunrise on a new day. And now that peace has returned, I can finally resume my travels with my grandfather. Perhaps we'll go first to Kugane to relax in the Bokaisen hot springs. That might be nice. Of course, my journey will not simply be for pleasure. I will collect information on the territories I travel. Perhaps I shall visit Nagxia via Doma. Alright, let's go with Alice first. Yeah, mate. Seen to your preparations, have you? I'm just making another sweep of my belongings. Wouldn't do to find I've forgotten something halfway to my destination. Oh, in case you haven't heard, we've received new reports detailing the devastation caused by the final days. It appears the situation is gravest in the lands surrounding the Bounty, where the sky first began to burn. After that, the calamity was observed in the far north, in Garlemald, and the frozen lands beyond. We also had reports of the heavens catching fire in isolated locations, one of which was an area of the northern Empty. Had our quest taken any longer, Sharlayan too may have come under threat. Thank goodness it's over now. To be sure, blasphemies and lesser beasts may still be roaming about, but these localized crises should be well within the capacity of each nation to handle on their own. The scions are no longer needed. Which isn't to say that we won't help out where we can, of course. As individuals, no more of this order business. For my part, I'll be heading to Garlemald with Alphino. They were among the worst affected, and still need all the help they can get. It won't be easy. An inevitable part of aiding those in need is coming face to face with tragedy. Knowing it doesn't make it any easier, though. That I'll curse my weakness, my inability to fix every problem, and save every lost soul. No matter how much it hurts, I won't give up. I'll do what I can for as many people as I can, begrudging no effort. And should I find myself discouraged, I'll remember you. Think back fondly to one of your many moments of triumph and the accompanying determined expression. Even those that still annoy me in retrospect, like when you activated the teleporter without warning. And should you hear about me, I want you to remember too. Remember that I'm out there somewhere trying my very best. I look forward to hearing all about the legendary Alice Leveilleur. Not that I'm trying to become famous or anything. That being said, the next time we meet, I'll be vastly improved, so don't be surprised when you find yourself marveling at me. Hold you to that. Maybe a little taller, too. Alright, Oriange. Yame, hast thou spoken with our comrades? Though this parting be not forevermore, 'tis nonetheless occasion for sorrow, akin to a pixie's path. The navigation of such farewells is a perilous endeavor indeed. For their part, however, the Loporrits embark upon a new beginning. Though bereft of its purpose as a vessel, the moon yet remaineth hospitable for the creatures of Aetheris. Thus do our lunar visitors convene with the Forum, intent upon assigning some new and beneficial role to our solitary satellites. Housing location, maybe? Yet, ere that may come to pass, there is much more each party must learn of the other, a process which doth promise to be eventful indeed. To that end, a cadre of Loporrits hath gleefully dispersed across our lands in the name of mutual understanding. Hydaelyn, 'tis said, did imbue them with her love of all things born of this star, and 'tis Vanna's own nature, I believe, which doth manifest in this irrepressible, inexhaustible curiosity of theirs. Having witnessed that which they strove to achieve, I wish most keenly for their long labors to be rewarded, that their abiding affection for man result in a boon for all. Moreover, I hope to continue our acquaintance and share such knowledge as they see fit to impart. You are the first to truly understand them. Dost thou think so? The Lumpards are certainly possessed of a unique outlook, and it hath been my pleasure to act as their facilitator upon this star. Mayhap I might yet serve as a bridge betwixt them and our fellow man, as Moon Brita once did for me. But I shall digress no further. The day should belong to the scions of the seventh dawn, to mine incomparable companions. Oft times hath my reticence caused thee grief, and mine actions spurred allies to suspect betrayal. Yet here amongst you I still stand. No amount of words could express my gratitude for thine acceptance and forgiveness. Thus instead, I do proffer my humble support. Be it under the deepest abyss or the highest heavens, even if I must needs founder cross stormy seas, ever shall I answer thy summons. All right. This group over here, we'll start with the others. The Matia. Arnvald has pressing matters according to him, anyway. A pity he couldn't be here to witness this momentous occasion, though he bids me tell you congratulations. As for me, well, once the Scions disband, I intend to resume my work in Ralga's Reach. I suppose Arnvald will need support in Garabania too, though he would not admit as much. Well, he'll have my help, whether he wants it or not. Alright, real. Feels a little strange now, my link pearl's gone quiet. Since my unique skills are no longer needed for the safety of the star and all that, I'm going to become an adventurer like you, traveling far and wide. I imagine I'll start by heading to Mericidia or the New World. Just need to find myself a ship first. Alright, trial. Oh, Ayame, how are you feeling? Any lingering aches or pains? I can't apologize enough for sending Xenos to find you in Ultima Thule. Don't worry about it. When it came to me in Charlian, I was truly torn. As ever, there was only one thing on his mind. Forced to make a decision, I reasoned that if he would not be deterred from seeking you out, he might at least aid us in our cause, and so I struck a bargain. In the end, he was true to his word, and you defeated him despite your earlier exertions. But knowing the state you were found in, it could have ended very differently. My decision almost cost you your life, and no words could express the remorse I feel. As I said, it worked out. You did the right thing. Yeah, let's not dwell on it. It's a relief to hear you say that. Thank you. Time and time again, I've been made to feel woefully inadequate. There wasn't much use in battle, nor could I face the forum without my nerves getting the better of me. I'd always felt you and the others. I must, and I will, do better. I shall begin with the restoration of the students of Baldassian. Through our work, Charlene will strengthen its ties with other nations, that we may be better prepared to face whatever threats arise in future. Of course, this isn't something I can accomplish alone, but thankfully I have the staunchest of help in Raha and Ujika and our other remaining members. Together we'll continue Grandfather's work. As before, certain commissions will take us to dangerous locales, and we may need to call upon seasoned adventurers. At such times, might you be willing to assist us? Not because you feel obliged, mind you, but because you feel the allure for the task itself. Yeah. Sounds interesting. Marvelous. Should something of interest arise, I shan't hesitate to reach out to you. Until that day, I shall endeavor to become a more dependable comrade. Alright. And Alphino. Oh, Ayame, pray forgive me for delaying the gathering. I was writing a letter, you see, to my parents. As busy as Father has been tending the aftermath of the Exodus, he has been good enough to show concern for the Scions. And besides, I made them worry enough for a lifetime. Henceforth, I will endeavor to write as often as I am able. A little effort to set their minds at ease while we continue to be away from Charlene. Both Eorzea and I are off to assist with Garlemald's recovery, you see. Though uncertainty remains over what will become of the nation, we cannot well leave the capital in its present state. We'll rejoin those members of the Ilsabar contingent still stationed there. Lucia and Maxima helm the relief effort with support from our allies, the people of Garlemald among them. They'll gradually be joined by those who have finished treating the temperate across the lands. Lest you misunderstand, we do not seek redemption for failing Licinia and her sister. That is a burden we must always bear. Nay, we do so because of the truth in Lord Quintus's words. The truth that, whatever ideals individuals may espouse, nations are not moved to action unless they stand to benefit. For the foreseeable future, the fallen empire will be at the mercy of both internal and external forces. And though I do not doubt the intentions of the contingent, with greater powers involved in the relief effort, our allies may well find themselves drawn into political agenda. In going, we seek to ensure that the needs of the people come first, to understand their heart, so we might better help them begin anew. I'll visit when I can. By all means, full glad would I be for your visit, and I believe I speak for Eorzea as well. For fairly as long as I have been in Eorzea, you've been at my side, watching over me, in good times and in bad. How many times have we gathered to share tidings? None could possibly keep count. The world is changing, and I will continue to do so. Yet no matter what the future brings, I hope that I can ever look to you, in good times and in bad, as a dependable comrade and dear friend both. Thank you, Ayame, from the bottom of my heart. Alright. Let's talk with Fleming. The salvation Minfilia dreamed of for Eorzea comes closer to reality with every step the Scions take. Yes, the world may still be in the throes of change, but it is improving. I see it happening day by day, and I sit here praying that whatever new road you walk will bring you the wonder and joy you deserve. If you need a rest between your journeys, do come and join me on the terrace for old time's sake. Alright. Thancred. Our champion and savior. I was beginning to think my chance for an audience would never come. That sounded more amusing in my head. Speaking of heads, I was worried about yours, and the rest of you for that matter. On the mend, I trust? Yeah, we're fine. Glad to hear it. You're in a bad way, and healing magics or no, I'm impressed by how swiftly you've recovered. And again, 'tis hardly the first time you've cheated death. Your strength of will has never failed to astonish me. Look at what you've accomplished. Meteon defeated, her Song of Oblivion cut short, the Source and all her reflections delivered from the final days. If you had faltered at the last, then all hope would have been lost, but you held fast. Now Reen has a tomorrow to look forward to, and I could ask for no greater gift than that. As for a lesser gift, however, the next time you see her, I would appreciate you not describing my travel plans with Eorzea as aimless wandering. We've a purpose in our roaming, after all, keeping an eye on things in the absence of the Scions on the world stage. There'll never be an end to the little problems that go unattended by nations. We'll do our best to help out where and when we can. Which I suppose is an approach not far removed from aimless wandering when you get down to it. Perhaps you could tell her I'm faring well and leave it at that, eh? No need to mention this feeling of being uprooted. I've never been one to stand still for long, but when I think of home, 'tis the rising stones which comes to mind. How many times have we set out from this base, thence to return when our work was done? On the day the Scions came together, I only hoped for Minfilia to find a place where she belonged, but never did I expect to find one here for myself. Indulge me, Ayame. I have a question for you, and imagine Minfilia herself is asking. Are you glad you joined the Scions? Best decision I've ever made. Go with that. I can honestly say the same. But all good things must come to an end, at least for a time. If you need a helping hand for infiltration or reconnaissance, you know who to ask. I'll come running, and you'll likely get a certain funny talking fortune teller into the bargain. Alright, Estinian, you're next. And we're just gonna stare at each other. Yep. If you have something to say, then out with it. Just wondering how you'll earn your keep now. You talk as if the Scion's dissolution was more than mere pretense. There may be fewer calls to action, but we should be compensated as before. Why are you so concerned for me, anyway? In any case, I do not want for options, even if some are worse than others. No sooner did Emmerich hear about our disbandment than he offered me a position as a guardsman in the Imperium district. As a former Azure Dragoon, I'm guaranteed to be popular, he said. Who does he take me for? Even without his meddling, I'm perfectly capable of finding employment, and have. Oh? Some days ago, a Hannish envoy arrived with word from Vritra. The worm requests my presence as soon as things have settled here. He didn't deign to mention why I'm needed, but it pertains to dragons, like as not. In Thavnir, like elsewhere, the phenomena caused by the final days abated when you defeated Meteon. Though it was too late for those who had already been transformed, life is beginning to return to normal for the survivors. Of those who sought refuge in Sharlayan, most have already returned home, but many do not have a home to return to, nor loved ones. By an arrangement between Vritra and the Forum, such souls may remain in Sharlayan if they wish to work and study. Vritra was always the satrap in truth. It's gratifying to see him become one in name as well. The one who has complete confidence of his people, if the envoy's tone was any indication. Often find myself speaking favorably of dragons of late. Not so long ago, I would have assumed his benevolence hid ulterior motives, but it is clear he cares for his people, and they in turn revere him. No, such a nation may flourish is comforting. Vritra's kin sought release from conflict, so weary were they of the suffering it wrought. They surrendered to oblivion. But Midgardsormr didn't give up, and hope he made the journey to distant Etheirys with his clutch of eggs. And though his progeny went on to be embroiled in conflict with men, there were times when they transcended hatred to abide in harmony. That is their legacy and their triumph. In my lance, I feel the weight of their struggle and the strength of their resolve, and it lends me strength. These things I might never have learned had I not joined you. Did you ever have need of me, I will come. At the very least, it might be an opportunity to earn coin. And then you need to learn how to properly spend it. Alright, whole pile of people over here. Alright, Ochre Boulder. I'm so glad I was able to be here this moment. You know, I considered continuing to follow in Hori's footsteps. I realized it's time I found my own way in life. Otherwise, I'll never be half the man my brother is. First things first, I'm going to head to Gridania and visit the Conjurers Guild and the Archers Guild. I'll do my very best to brush up on my skills before I see you again. Alright. Aenor? We may have accomplished our goal and put it behind us, but my time with the Scions provided memories that will last me a lifetime. What bliss. I think I was blessed with the chance to experience such unbridled brotherly love. But now that Ochre has decided to set off without his dear brother, without the two of them together, I fear I might suffer withdrawal. Carrying a little torch? Clemens? I'm so glad the danger is past. There was nothing I could do but pray from here. So I was relieved to to the point of tears that everyone made it back safely. I imagine we'll have more free time now, so I was thinking I'd study up on healing magic, that I can make myself more useful in the future. The first stop will be the Astrologicum in Ishgard to learn about Sharlayan astrology. I must follow Oker's lead and continue to hone my skills. Alright, and here's Coltene and Hoary Boulder. Coltene. Far too much blood has been spilt and far too many lives lost. Still, I'm glad I was able to do something to repay those who showed me a path to the future. Not that our job is over, of course. Far from it. There is much that remains to be done before true and lasting peace can be achieved. To that end, Hoary and I mean to set off for Corvos. We expect that the tensions between the Garleans and Corvosi will only flare more with the Empire's fall. Alright, Hoary Boulder. I still remember the day we sparred together as though it were yesterday. To think how far we have all come since then. Even now, I have not abandoned my dream of besting you in single combat, of a friendly nature, of course. Though I clearly do not hold a candle to the warrior of light at present, I shall continue to train diligently that one day you might consider me an equal. Go for it. Alright, I guess we'll go with Graha. Oh, Ayame, might you have a moment to talk? That's why I'm here. With the Scions stepping away from the public eye, I've been left to consider what new endeavors I might pursue. And after speaking with Kryl, I've decided I will be assisting her in rebuilding the students of Baldesion. Not only am I indebted to Master Galoff for giving me a new home, but had our order never existed, I would never have set foot within the Crystal Tower. How different my life might have been. I'd never met you, never become caretaker of the tower, never become a Scion. You gave me the chance to do so much good, and I hope to continue to do so with the students. For an added benefit, new mysteries often find their way to our doorsteps. Mysteries that could prove ideal for fulfilling our promise, to embark on a new adventure together, unlike any we've experienced before. Yeah, sounds good. Whenever you have the time and inclination, my friend, I stand ready to accompany you to into the unknown. Do you recall the realm of the Omicrons, when I asked if you thought I may someday be mentioned in your epic? While it is true that to earn a place at your side would be the stuff of dreams, in the end, nothing would give me greater joy than to stand with you in the here and now. Need be some grand endeavor, there needn't be a promise. Whenever adventure calls, I won't hesitate to invite you, and I hope that you will do the same for me. Without a second thought. As long as you don't overexert yourself. Nah. You know better than that. I'll hold you to that then. As much as we have already seen, there's still so much we haven't. Who knows, perhaps we'll even encounter survivors of the Omicron somewhere out there. After all, given how they took to the stars, it isn't implausible that some found themselves far from home. And should we encounter a wayward traveler awaiting commands that will never come? I bid them seek adventure with someone, and with that partner find new purpose, a new dream. For crystals can hold fast to dreams, why not Omicrons? Wherever your plans may lead, do not hesitate to send word, and should a commission of interest come my way, you'll be the first to know. Alright, and one more. You're still alive. Oh, are we saying our farewells too? I hadn't at present planned on a journey of any great length. Not that I am adverse to a moment or two of quiet reminiscence. In fact, there was something I've been meaning to ask you, something that has been in my thought since the last flames of the final day subsided. Alright. During our travels, we have witnessed more than a lifetime's worth of oddities and spectacles, where they can easily be recalled or remembered. And nestled amongst those memories are a certain essential facts, the history of Aetheris and the ancients, glimpses of the Ea, of their culture and philosophy. Rather than simply hoard such treasures in my mind, I wonder if I should not be disseminating them in formal records for wider consumption. When needed, I have penned reports and prepared briefings, but never have I balked at the idea of binding the subject of my studies in a book or tablet. Truth is given shape and interpretation. When we seek to capture it with our words, it is invariably molded to fit a narrative, no matter how well intentioned the rendering. An event is described as sad, a summation which fails to express the emotional complexity. But the word on the page is what endures, a pale shadow of reality. Throughout history, some have deliberately embellished the truth, but I believe many, if not most, deviations are the result of similar linguistic shortcomings, piling upon one another, or one piling upon the other, until the end result is unrecognizable from its origin. Which is why I fear that writing an account of my own words would be akin to diluting fine wine with water. Yet even with the potential for corrupted meaning, I do of course realize the importance of keeping written records. Without them, my search for wisdom would be a painful affair indeed. What say you on this matter? Should I take up the quill, reflect upon these experiences only we have shared, and seek to preserve them for posterity? Absolutely. Very well then, I shall endeavor to pen what I can of the Ea and the ancients and of so many other wonders. But I am no scribe. It will be less a polished work and more a reordering of scattered notes. In any case, I feel much better for having sought your opinion. Left to our own devices, we tend to overthink such things. I'll otherwise return to following where my curiosity leads. After all, a safe method of travel to the first yet eludes me, and our venture into the great expanse has prompted an entirely new set of questions. Should you stumble into the unknown or struggle with some impenetrable mystery, know that I am at your beck and call. It never hurts to see things from a different perspective, and mine is rather different than most. Indeed it is. Alright, Tataru. Spoken your fill, have you? If so, I'm thinking to send everyone off. Yep, we're leaving the Rising Stones. With your permission, then. Your attention, please. At risk of spoiling the mood, the time for departure is upon us. My capacity as your receptionist, I bid you safe journeys. Till next we meet, be well. Alright, so we got the Argos horn. Very nice. The wind-up Herois, which says, come on, you know who this hero is. And a couple of orchestral rolls.
I suppose we're off to Garlemald then. Though we ought to speak with Lord Emmerich first. If he's received word of any recent developments, we need to know.
'Twould be prudent to purchase some warmer clothes at least. Mayhap we can pick up a few souvenirs for Euless and the others while we're at it.
Where will you all be heading next?
Dravania. There is a book I've been meaning to borrow from the Great Google Library. And I can think of at least one person who will be most displeased should I fail to visit before leaving.
We've no particular destination in mind, but we do intend to stop in Sharlayan before we set off.
We had thought to ask after the Loporrits. I am curious as to how well those who chose to remain are adapting to their changed circumstances.
Might we accompany you then? Raha and I were planning to return to the Baldessian Annex.
Commissions have been piling up in our absence, and they must be dealt with ere we begin our work in earnest.
Estinian, you will return to Radzat Han, will you not?
Aye. For Vritra's benefit, though I've yet to hear the details. I may not stay long.
I see. Then it is here the Scions at last part ways, each to some far-flung corner of the realm.
Perhaps. But I believe one of our number, a rather important one at that, has yet to divulge her plans.
Quite right.
Indeed.
Fair point.
So, what's next for our humble adventurer?
Oh, I'm sure there's something crazy we can get onto. Look who it is. Bean. And stand tall, my friend. Our journey will never end. Elpis.
The constancy of this place never ceases to amaze me. An ocean of souls, shimmering and eternal.
Elidibus.
And yet, something stirs. Yes. Steeped in darkness, deep as starless night. The beast hungers.
At least whoever will become Elidibus.
Alas, I dare not investigate in earnest before the coming of my guiding star, as she foretold. We shall descend to the depths, you and I, to confront the dread beast Pandemonium. Oh, the sights we shall see. The sights we shall see.
Alright, and that's the introduction to Pandemonium. Which maybe we'll get around to at some point. We've completed the main scenario quest of Endwalker! Alright, and there we are. 6.0 complete. We'll have to find some other things to get up to as we wait for 6.1 to release, because this is actually being recorded prior to the release of 6.1. And I don't know when this is actually going to be posted, though. Alright. But we'll go ahead and stop here, because we're, like, way too long. And for now, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.